All right, this one goes out to all my Reds fans, all my fans in general, but mainly my Reds fans, because today I'm breaking down an at-bat I had last year with Joey Votto. Always a chess match with Joe. He's really good physically, really good mentally, really elite hitter. One of the best that's ever lived. So I'm going to break down how I got him. You've seen a lot of me getting beat. I'm going to have a win, finally. Stay tuned. I call this crisscrossing the corner. You know, tunneling is a crazy concept. There's no way a big leaguer swings at that. If this ball's 1-7, he absolutely crushes it. Boom, that's the breaking point. All right, let's jump right in. Pitch number one. Actually, before I go into pitch number one and all that different stuff, a friendly commenter said that it might be good to let the at-bat play out so everybody can see it kind of live before I start breaking it down. So we're gonna let this at-bat play. Here we go. Ball one, strike one, bad changeup, waste pitch. Strike two, what was that? What was that again? Eesh, yikes. And then, it is about time, ladies. Oh, Astros just got all my signs. They know everything that's coming now. I win. Yes. All right, here we go. Let's break this down. What just happened, all the inside information coming to you right now. Here we go, pitch number one. You can see Roberto's glove is here. I'm trying to throw this ball here. I guess I should probably start, like always, with what I know about Joe. So before we get into this, if you see the strike zone here, Joey can hit anything inside this box. Let me just color that in for you guys. He can hit anything in here, and he will hit anything in here. Difference between Joe and some hitters. Some hitters can hit everything in here, they just choose not to. Joe can hit everything in here, and he chooses to also hit everything in there depending on what count it is, and what at bat it is, and who he's facing. Also, another friendly commenter said that I might want to change up my colors, so I'm getting better at this. Joe will also not swing at anything out here. And then just color everything else around here. He won't swing at any of this, ever. He's an elite hitter. So what does this mean? Well, he's an elite hitter physically. He's got an elite approach, and he's got an elite eye. So you're gonna have to get him out somewhere inside the zone, but he can hit everything in there, so it creates a problem and a challenge, and this is why it's always a chess match, because there's not one single way to go about getting Joe out. You have to mix things up a lot. You have to beat him to the pitch before he beats you to the pitch. He's constantly thinking along with you. So difficult one to approach, but it makes it fun. And so you'll see at the end of this at bat some of the fun that was had on both sides during this one. So here we go. First pitch, Berto's down here. I'm always trying to throw this ball up here. If you see, you can kind of see it. So if you look right here, Joey's choked up on the bat. Quite significantly, actually. It looks like about, I don't know, 2 inches maybe. So, and he's squatted down, which means he's not really in a position where he's trying to do damage right here, per se. He's trying to get on base, see some pitches. If you look down here, it's first inning and 2 outs, and I've thrown 11 pitches. So in this situation, he's probably trying to see some pitches, get the pitch count up a little bit, see what I'm going to do for the game, how I'm going to try to attack him, because this is the first of 3, maybe 4 at-bats that he's going to have off of me. So that goes into how this at-bat plays out. It's more of a defensive at-bat in a way for him, and more of a reading the pitches. And this is how I interpret it. So anyway, here we go. I missed my spot. Let's see here. Yep, missed my spot, up and out. Go here. I was trying to go in this range, just barely missed, but a good miss anyway. It makes him think it's not a wild miss. So that's 1-0. I hate when they do this, by the way, when they just show some random camera angle and cut back halfway through the pitch. Just let the fans watch the game from center field. That's what we want to see. Anyway, here we go again. I'm again trying to go right here, even though Berto's glove is down. I'm trying to go in this upper quadrant, up and in quadrant of the strike zone. So get that ball right there. Berto, if you look at his glove, I talked about this a little bit in a prior episode. but he beats the ball to the spot, and then when you watch the ball impact his glove, the glove gets brought back just slightly into the zone. So the glove gets to, the tip of the glove gets to here, then the ball impacts it, and a couple frames after impact, the tip of the glove is back in the strike zone. And this is what makes Votto really great at pitch framing. It doesn't look like he's trying to frame this pitch. It just looks like he catches it. This ball is borderline. And a lot of times, you get about 25% of the calls that are borderline in here. You get about 60% of the calls that are borderline away. Umpires generally don't tend to call the inside part too liberally. But Votto does get me this pitch, so now we're back in the count. 1-1, we've attacked him with fastballs here. Again, why are we cutting to this angle? I try to go change up down here, and I just yank this constant, up arm side, down glove side diagonal that I tend to miss on. So this is a waste pitch. Joey doesn't really have to think about it at all. But we get a little bit of a read here. This ball bounces a little bit inside, but my changeup has a decent amount of run this past year. So this ball probably started in here a little bit and then ran back. Obviously it was down, but it probably started in the lefty batter's box a little bit, and you see this kind of the feet move, body goes this way, torso leans over, just typical like, oh, this ball's inside, getting a little bit jumpy. And so this, I actually read that on this pitch, that he's kind of moving out of the way a little bit, and I put that in the memory bank for a little bit later, and you'll see that play out. So even on misses sometimes you can get a little bit of reaction from the hitter, a little bit of read on their body language, what they're looking for, and what their mindset is. So now we're 2-1, need a strike here, so we're going to go away. I haven't gone away yet. I've tried to go here once, missed up here. Tried to go here again, hit it. Tried to go down here, but I missed down over in here. And so we haven't had anything that's been in, I'm doing it again. Haven't had anything that has been in this part of the zone. We've been here, here, and over there. So we need to get something. This is the chess match. So right now, if Joe's following along, he's seen me attack him. He's probably felt that, the first pitch, this one right here, was supposed to be inside. So he's seen me attack him in, and then he's seen this pitch and felt it be in. So he's kind of looking in. We're drawing his attention that way. So we go away, and you see a little bit of this like trigger right here. You see the hips. If you watch the hips in these couple frames, hips start to trigger right here. So this is the first time that he's shown any sign of potentially wanting to swing. Even though it's not much, we get a little bit of trigger out of it. He takes it. But he's looking to hit a little bit more now. So again, if you look at Votto's glove, gets outside the ball, and when he catches it, the ball drags the glove back in to the strike zone. Votto's not catching this ball and then moving his arm. He's getting outside the ball so that the impact of the ball snaps the glove back towards the plate. And again, he gets me a borderline call. So this is 2. If Votto doesn't get me either of those calls, it's 4 pitch walk. So this bat is drastically different, and this is one of the things that makes great pitch framers great, is getting the ball outside of getting the glove outside the ball and having the impact drag it back towards the strike zone. So here's the real fun part. This is where it starts. We're 2-2. He's seen a waist changeup, but 3 fastballs, but he's seen both sides of the plate. And now, if you look again right here at the bat, it's choked up even a little bit more now. We got this really squatted posture. Very defensive looking, and so I throw him a curveball. Probably get a little bit of a fool. I probably fool him a little bit because this is a bad swing. But this is what makes another thing that makes Joe really good, because I don't know how to interpret this swing. Did I beat him with this pitch, and he just was really good and was able to foul it off? Was he looking for something hard and then just kind of adjusted and at the last second? Was he frozen and then adjusted at the last second? Or is he just taking an odd hack? Because I've faced Joe in spring training, and half the times he'll take a pitch right down the middle and take this exact same swing in spring training. And I don't know. I don't know how to interpret this. This is just a really tough pitch, borderline. Maybe called a strike on some days, maybe not. But he doesn't know that, and he just is able to fight it off. Look at this. Look at this facial expression. Ooh. You get a little bit of like, wow. And I'm looking at this kind of like, if you could, draw the emoji with the hand. I'm terrible at drawing, but the guy with the hands up, kind of like this. I think this is better than my last drawing. That's my mood right now. I'm like, what? Like, you got to be kidding me, man. And if you look at Joe's face, he kind of looks out at me and he's like, you got the hand and you got the head. You got a little head nod here, a little side tilt, and the hand kind of goes, like, I don't know how to handle that either. I don't know what that was. Like, you beat me, but it's a push, I guess. We're both like, what was that? Neither of us have an idea what that was. And he's like, okay. And I'm kind of laughing about it. And he kind of looks out at me and sees me laughing. And he's kind of laughing a little bit like, look at this face. Look at this face right here. And it's kind of like, we don't really know what to make of it. So, okay, well, we'll just go at it again, I guess. And so now we go back at it again. Now, remember earlier I said that on the changeup that ended up down here, it probably started in here, and I saw the butt shoot this way a little bit. So now I decided after a slow curveball, I'm going to take it. To me, it looks like he's sitting and trying to read the pitch and then reacting very late to it. So in my head, after the last pitch, I'm like, okay, I'm going to throw you something hard so you have less time to wait. And if he's sitting slow, pitches over here on the outer part of the plate give you more time to read that it's a fastball and just flick the barrel out there and shoot something off this way as a foul ball. So to me, I said, okay, I'm going to throw something hard back up in this area, but I'm going to make it be a two-seam and try to draw this thing back. Remember, when a ball started in here, we got the butt going towards first base. So I figure I'll start a ball in there, get the butt going towards first base again, and have this thing run back. And this pitch up here gives you the least time to read and react. It's the toughest pitch because you got to get the barrel furthest out in front of the plate to hit this, or you just are really late on it, you can't do any damage, and you just kind of flick at it and foul it off. So this is my thought process. So here we go. And Votto is, again, the glove is set up down here, but I'm looking at his mask trying to hit this part up there. And it's 2-2, so I don't want to get too far off the inside part here. I want to make sure that I get this pitch in the zone because I don't want to go 3-2. Again, Joey has a really elite eye, so then I would have to throw a strike. If I go 3-2, I'm probably working with a strike zone that's like this. And he knows that too, because he's going to take, in a 3-2 count, anything in these borderline areas and assume that the umpire is not going to call him out. And probably a pretty good assumption because he's Joey Votto. So here we go. Get this fastball that comes back, and we get the exact action. Look at this. We get the butt going this way. We get exactly what we thought. Butt goes out. He's going to take this pitch, and then he's like, oh, wait, that's coming back to the zone. Look at this. Butt's going back, and then he's like, oh, shoot, I'm going to take this emergency hack again. Look how much he's choked up on this bat. By the way, it's been getting more and more he's darn near the barrel. That is crazy. But it's exactly to do this, to give himself as much time to react to the ball and then still be able to barrel it. How do you get the barrel to this ball? This is unbelievable. The amount of hand-eye coordination, barrel to ball skills right here to get your butt out of the way and just to drop the bat. At no point is he ever swinging a pitch with his bat angle like this. That is super steep, but he's still able to get the barrel on it and just shoot the ball that way. Now some more fun that goes on here immediately after this swing. If you draw attention up here to the face on Joe, ooh, we get that kind of like smirk, that like yikes, but look at this. He's so happy right now. He's so happy. And then I'm out here like, you see my hand go a little bit like, what are we doing? I'm kind of, shoulders are slumping a little bit. Like, I'm laughing. Like, you got to be kidding me. Joe's still just grinning. He's just like, yeah, I got you on that one. He's like, yeah. So I'm laughing right now. He's laughing right now. We're like, what? How do we even interpret that? What are we doing up there? Like, it's absurd. And there you go. You see this here. He's just kind of like, yep, I got you. He's kind of smirking about it. And then he's like, all right, I see the camera. I know the camera's on me. I gotta lock it back in. Let me stop smirking. Let me act like I'm being professional. Gotta lock it back in here. But this is just ridiculous. Look at this swing. I'm just gonna play this in real time. Look at this. What are we doing? Unbelievable. All right, Joe. It's 2-2. And now, oh, look, here's where the Astros, the Astros know everything I'm throwing now. They know, and they're going to be all over it. Can't have hand signs anymore. We got to have walkie-talkies or whatever to combat code breaker and all that different stuff. But anyway, I digress. Back to the at-bat. Votto goes back to a curveball. I say no. He goes back foot slider. I'm like, no, I don't really like that one. But he goes slider, backdoor slider, slider on the arm side part of the plate. And I said, yeah, that's the one I want, because what I'm thinking here is, and this is a little bit more of an inside knowledge. This is early in 2018. I had just developed a slider that moves. My slider generally kind of followed this path and kind of just went down. I've just developed a slider that follows this path and then turns and actually goes glove side. So if you're looking at it from above, the slider I used to throw kind of did this with a little bit of tail. The slider I just developed leading into this year started on the same line and then drifted and ended up way over here. So now this is my cutter that I throw, what I call my cutter. It's really a gyro slider. And then this is what I call my slider, which is really kind of a slurve. But this is the setup that I've developed leading into this year. One of the things that made my 2018 year so good is because this pitch is really, really, really hard to hit. And no one knew that I had it for the first half of the year because it takes a while for scouting reports to catch up. Joey's faced me a lot. He's never seen me throw this pitch. It's not on the scouting reports really. And so I decided to trick him, knowing that I probably have to hit, the outer third to get it. I got to hit this area to get him to freeze, because this pitch, if it hits there, it breaks about 12 inches, 13 inches laterally at the time. So it's going to be starting way out here. This is the trajectory that it's going to start on. If it were a fastball, the fastball would end up out here. Remember, we've shown him a fastball that ended up here, so he kind of knows the look of a ball on the corner. So if he sees anything outside that, knowing that I don't throw anything that sweeps this way, he's probably going to take it. So this is what I'm thinking going into this pitch. And so we throw it, and you can actually start seeing it turn a little bit. The camera angle is not very conducive to seeing these lateral sliders break. You can't see the lateral movement on it. But, we get a take, and you can see, watch the face, the facial expression. He knows, oh. And there's a little head nod like, yep, he got me. Ooh, yep. So he goes, the hand, like, yep, all right, you beat me on that one. What am I going to do with that? Got a little, kind of in his head, like, man, what was that? I didn't know. Again, just like, ooh, yeah, he beat me. Like, I'm defeated. And then if you look at me, right here, kind of cuts to it. There's a better angle that I've seen somewhere. But I looked at Joe and I kind of pointed to my head like, I got you. I beat you mentally. You didn't beat me physically. I didn't beat you physically. But I just beat you to the pitch. I outwitted you. I won the chess game. And that's kind of what I'm telling him here. Of course, he's not looking at me. He's like, yeah, okay, frustrated or whatever the case is. But that was the at-bat. And to his credit, the next 3 times he came to the plate that I faced him this day, he hit lasers off me. I think he lined a curveball. Actually, if I remember correctly, he lined this curveball to second base, and he hit, I forget what else he hit, but a pitch that I had shown him in the first at-bat, he hit really well too. And I think I ended up striking him out in a big situation on a comeback 2-seam that got up here, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe he hit 3 missiles off me. I know he hit at least 2 missiles off me the rest of this game. And it's one of the dangers of facing Joe is everything you throw him in the first at-bat, he learns from, and he is way better at hitting it later on in the game. And so you don't want to show him too much in the first at-bat, but you also got to get him out, because he'll sit here all day and just foul balls off and run your pitch count 10, 15 pitches. He has no problem doing it because he's setting himself up and his team up for later in the game. He's seeing pitches, he's taking good at-bats, understanding what the pitcher's trying to do to him, learning from it all the time. And that's one of the things that makes him such a great hitter. I know I keep coming back to it, but He can beat you physically. He can hit everything. He will hit everything. He beats you mentally to the spot that you're trying to get to. He understands what you're trying to do to him. So it just becomes a giant chess match. And I won the first one. I won the first battle. Let's say I took the first piece, but he came back and he hit me pretty well later this game. So that's today's episode. I'm making some improvements here. I used different colors for the first time, so see how that plays. Let me know what you think about that, if the yellow stood out. I think it stood out pretty well. I got 4 options. I got red, yellow, blue, and green. I don't really want to use blue or green because it kind of blends into the bluish-green background of the stadiums a lot. So maybe it'll be red and yellow from here on out. Also, played the at-bat through for you guys to see first. So if you like that, let me know. If you like the color changes, let me know. If you want me to go back to the old way where I just draw a bunch of scribbles on the screen and it's all red and you can't tell what's going on, I can do that too. But let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. My goal is to get to 100,000 by the end of 2020, and we are chugging right along, hoping to break the 30,000 here soon. So appreciate all of you that are subscribed. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Give me a like, leave me a comment, tell me I'm dumb and don't know what I'm talking about, or that I do, or that you like these videos or hate them, or want to hear my voice less, or whatever it is, whatever's on your mind right now, drop it in the comments. I love reading it. Love hearing from you guys and girls and internet trolls and all you people out there. Shout out once more to all my Reds fans. This video is specifically for you, and I will see you tomorrow or Friday, or I don't know. I got a lot of content coming out soon, so I'll see you in the next one.